Blessed ones of the nations of the world. One more time, this is your brother Dan Moses, or say your Sakodi of TRC Ghana, welcoming you from the land of my nativity, the land of my birth, Ghana, to the program Testimony New World Disorder, by saying to you, Akwaba, Allen Sahalen, Shagitam, welcome, Nganjoni, Benvindo, you are welcome, Kuso, Diwo to San Senor, Okukulaba, Mauya, Mingalaba, Boye, Malamu, Karibu, Ekabo, no, o Sano de Zua, Enquang de Hena, Mitash, Duburo, Pezalovat, Bine I Vinit, Barigalos, Vita Iche, Ayubon, Dobridoya, welcome, Estam. Ozut Walang Adoman, bienvenido, namaste, swagatam, kush, amadit, Baruch, haba, marahaba, Huangyong haminida, Huangying nyejeko, anyamime nyejeko, we zolo novio, nia wezo, Akwaba to the program, Testimony New World Disorder, and Akwaba to the program, What to Do. Blessed ones of the nations of the world. This expose is coming to us on this Friday, the 26th of February 2020. Ghana, I know. Asante man, meaning say Yahoo Adrian. Pa, we are shocked to the teeth that it is some among our own people. Ya yen krofobi. Ena aton yen kra. Ama won yonko nipa. Se won say that our lives be destroyed. And they are so determined in getting you, precious Ghanaian, destroyed. To the point that they must wipe out every evidence that exists to your destruction. This is the degree of evil that some of our own people have gone against our precious blood as Ghanaians, as members of the human race. However, Ghana, Asante man, and the nations of the world, we can be comforted and be assured that Onyankopon has made it so clear that there is no human blood, there is no human life that is more precious than the life of the Ghanaian, that is more precious than your life, my life, the life of the European, Asian, Australian, the life of the African, the life of all of the American continent. There is no life that is more precious than our life. Ghana, God has prevailed on our behalf, and the value and the worth of our blood is made clear to the whole wide world. It is just one Ghanaian whose blood was intended to be shed, was purposed to be shed, and was sought to be shed. And it has brought the world, the whole of the human race, into this current state. But we rejoice in the Lord always, and again we rejoice. So now this is the time for us to know what to do. Ghana, what to do. Europe, Asia, Australia, humanity, and the nations of the world. United Nations, African Union, ICC, Hague. What to do? What to do is not to be shattered, not to be broken by what has happened to the human race and what is happening to us. We should not be shattered by the degree of evil, wickedness, the extent to which some members of the human race have gone to destroy our lives and to destroy the human race. We should not be shocked that how was that possible to be done to Ghana, Africa, and the nations of the world. It was possible because God needs us to understand that the world has been around for a very, very long time. The world didn't begin today. And what we are seeing having been done to the Ghanaian people, the precious blood of the Ghanaian people, what has been done to the precious blood of the nations of the world in this issue of heinous crimes against Ghana and against humanity. It is no new thing in the world, and it is no new thing upon the earth. Therefore, we can take consolation, we can take some strength that we are not the first to have suffered this at the hands of fellow men. Therefore, we can be assured that God is with us and shall help us. Do we understand what to do? That we should not let this unimaginable evil visited upon the earth, the nation Ghana, and humanity as a result of the willful intent to destroy one African, to destroy one Ghanaian, the consequence having fallen upon the whole of the humanity. We should not be surprised and not be broken, not be shattered, not be destroyed, because this is not the first. It has happened before, and God permitted it to be so to us, that we know that He is with us and shall help us through it all. I read to us from the book of Exodus chapter 1 verse 8 downwards. Now there arose, I will take it again. Now there arose up a new king, underline, over Egypt. The Egypt that we are hearing here is not in Africa. It is not in Europe. It is not in Asia, not in Australia, not in any continent, any part of the American continent. That Egypt that we are hearing here could mean Ghana. It could mean America. It could mean Europe, Asia, Australia. and any nation of the world. It could mean Africa or any nation of Africa. It does not mean a particular nation of Africa called Egypt. If you ever think so, you have gotten it all wrong. It could mean that academic institution in which you belong to, that neighborhood that you belong to, that corporation, that company that you work for, that church which you belong to. It could mean that Egypt. I start again. Now there arose up a new king, a new leader over Egypt, which knew not Joseph, And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. I'm reading from the King James Version, my favorite version. That is my choice. I read on. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that, one more time, I'm reading from the King James. And it come to pass that when they falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. Get them up out of the land. In other words, crucify them. I read on. Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens. And they built for Pharaoh treasured cities, Pithom and Ramses. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. Did you hear that? But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. The same people that they made decision to kill, they purpose to kill. And they were grieved because of the children of Israel. One more time. The Israel that you are reading about could be that very you in that very academic institution, that very you in that household, that very you in that community, that very you in that nation, that very you in that continent. That is what God needs you to understand. So this is not a thing of old that is outmoded. God is talking about you. He's talking about me today. God is talking about Israel, talking about Palestine. God is talking about Nigeria. God is talking about Russia. God is talking about India. God is talking about China. God is talking about America. God is talking about Africa. God is talking about Ghana. Let's read on. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor, and they make their lives bitter with hard bondage. in mortar and in bricks, and in all manner of service in the field. And in all manner of service in the field, all their service wherein they made them serve, all their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor, was with difficulty, was with servitude, was with enslavement, was with pain, was with anguish, was with those marks, was with lockdown, was with vaccine, was with injection, was with inoculation, was with don't speak, was with shut up, was with 6 feet apart, was with be in line one at a time. Was with no more liberty upon the earth. I read on. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrews. The king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives. It was not the servant of the king. It was not a citizen of the king's kingdom. It was the king himself. Let's read. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrews midwife, of which the name of the one was Shiphrah, and the name of the other Puah. Shiphrah and Puah. Sounds like tongues in your ears. God is telling you that these are human names. So you are reading not about a myth or anything that emanates from the efficacy of man's imagination. You are reading about places. You are reading about people. You are reading about persons. Let's go on. And when he, the king, and when he said, when ye do, and he said, when ye do the office of a midwife, when you do the office of the midwife to the Hebrew, I'll take it again. And he said, when you do the office of the midwife to the Hebrew women, and see them upon the stool, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live. The king told the midwives that when the Hebrew women are in labor, are in their helpless state, that they cannot help themselves except somebody helps them. In that most helpless state of theirs, that is when you should do the most evil to them. In the state when they cannot help their own young ones, that is when you should do the most evil to them. Kill their male child. This message was given by the king to midwives. Do we know what midwives are? In our world today, in Ghana today, at the medical field, the health sector, the hospitals, there are still midwives. There are nurses that are not midwives, and there are midwives as well. They deliver babies. There are some everywhere. So these were professionals of the medical field, health sector, whose mind were taken over. Their minds were taken over by very unsurmountable, powerful global forces, huge forces that can never be toppled by man. We're talking about the world power as at then. That is what we are talking about. You don't receive instruction from the world power and flout it. They'll kill you. One thing, I'm saying that Ghanaians are being killed because America, the world power, demands it to be so. And nobody in Ghana, nobody, not the United Nations, not international criminals, nobody in the world, not Europe, Asia, Australia, not the American people, have been able or are able to stop the evil by the world power against Ghana. That's how it was. That was the situation of Shifra and Pua. The medical field was used to destroy the children of the Hebrews. The hospital field. Are you hearing me? The world has been around for a very long time. It didn't begin today. Let's go. The terrorists are raising a protest because there is something that whoever there mentions, where there are some areas that they call a no-go area, like the use of the medical field to kill innocent of the nations of the world. If you go there, they come and kill you. So they are raising a protest cowardly outside. We are in Ghana. Their people are everywhere on every nation of the world. They are damaging humanity and the nations of the world now. The center of their evil is Ghana, my nation. Let's go. But the midwives feared God and did not, as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men children alive. It is saying that the midwives said to themselves, we fear God. This commandment has come. The command has come from the world superpower, the greatest king upon the earth, that we destroy human life using the medical field, using our profession, using our status as politicians, diplomats, religious leaders, as market women, as carpenters, as masons. We should use who we are to destroy the life of the innocent. But embassy, it's not going to happen. We shall stand for God, and we shall stand for human lives, and we shall preserve life. 2 women. Let's go. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives and said unto them, why have ye not done this thing, and have saved the men children alive? And the midwives said unto Pharaoh, said unto Ban Ki-moon, said unto Obama Barack, said unto Trump Donald, said unto Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo. Because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women. The people of Ghana are not like other people. The people of Israel are not like other people. The Palestinians are not like other people. The Europeans are not like other people. The Africans are not like other people whom you will kill without consequence. That is what it is saying. They are different. If you touch them, you have touched the whole universe. You have touched the whole of creation. That is what courageous Shifra and Pua were telling the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. For they are lively. The people of Ghana are lively and are delivered before the midwives come unto them. They deliver before the midwives come unto them. It says, when you purpose the evil, God makes a way for them ahead of the evil. When you slay their Jerry John Rawlings, already God has gone ahead of them. One kind. When you sit in a position of global power, which nothing can be compared, and you make a decision that who is Kofi Annan, let's kill him, we demand it. Before that, God had long gone ahead of the plan. Did you hear me? He said when the decision is made, this is called John Evans Fifi Atamels. Let's crucify him. Before that, Dios Onyankopon Kwame had gone ahead of that plan and have made a way for the innocent life of the Ghanaian. When you have gone ahead and said, this is we, he is called Parakwesi Emisa Atta His Excellency. Let's kill him. Ahead of that, Na Nyumo Nuncho Mau had way gone ahead and has made a way for the Ghanaians' life. When the decision is made that on the Sunday morning, let's pursue the African and go and kill his Reverend Dr. David Nabemado right in front of it, right within the house of God. God has long gone ahead. The God of the church has long gone ahead of the shedding of the blood of His Excellency of Reverend Dr. David Nabemado, because the Lamb of God was slain on his behalf. When the decision has been made that let's kill Daniel, and you kill him, ahead of that, God has gone and has kept Daniel alive. Humanity and the nations of the world, something is happening to your nation, something is happening to my nation, something is happening to the human race. It is no new thing. There is nothing new under the sun. God has not left us helpless. He would want us to understand that He is in our situation. He's watching over us and shall help us out of our helplessness. He knows the pain of the United Nations. He knows the pain of Europe, Asia, Australia, and the nations. He knows the pain of the human race. He knows our trials, our tribulation, our struggle, our man-made Jacob's trouble afflicted upon us. He knows it. And is with us unto the end of it. Ghana, Onyankopon Kwame is alive. It is finished, is what I received of my Lord. And I give to us all. Occupy till I come. God bless you. And God bless my homeland, Ghana. Bye-bye.